Hi guys, it's Joan here. Welcome back to my channel. I will be talking about my makeup brushes today. And first of all, I want to start with saying that I do not have a big collection of makeup brushes and I don't own any expensive ones either. I have Sigma and I have Essence of Beauty, and then I have Sonia Kashuk. So those are the makeup brushes I'll be talking about today. If you're curious to hear more, then stay tuned. First off, I have the concealer brush. Looks like that. And on the camera, it's probably going to look like the actual brush right here. The wood and the ferrule is black, but it's actually more of a, I want to say like a very darkened green color. This part is definitely a lot more greener than this wooden part right here. So this is a concealer brush, and that's the head right there. And it's actually pretty tiny, you could see from the size of it. And the thing I like the most about the Sonia Kashuk brushes is that the wood part right here is not just straight like something like this. It has a curve, which makes it feel seem a little bit more expensive and a little bit more handcrafted, and it fits well in my fingers, in my hands like this when I'm applying. This specific concealer brush, I do like it. When I first got it, I didn't like it as much because the actual brush part of it was really tiny. It's great for under eye, but for larger areas like around my nose and when I'm concealing spots, I want it to be just a tad bigger. But I've gotten used to it, and the quality is great. It's synthetic. I actually prefer synthetic brushes to natural bristles. Synthetic bristles versus natural bristles. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so I actually really like this. It has never shed on me, and I don't remember how much this was, but I got mine from Target. The next one I have is the regular foundation brush, and that's what the actual bristles look like. And the same thing goes for the handle. It has that curve to it. This is synthetic also. Looks like that. And this was the first Sonia Kashuk brush that I purchased, and I liked that at first because I mean, it feels nice. It's really soft. But after I've got more into makeup and I've seen other foundation brushes, I do not like the Sonia Kashuk one as much because I find that this part right here is just too small, especially when I'm doing my entire face. It takes a really long time to do the entire thing and blend it out. I wish that the bristles, the actual brush right here was a little bit fatter, maybe like this much fatter or something. It'll make it a lot easier to blend because I have a pretty small face, and you could see how small this is on my face. I just wish the head of it was a little bigger so it could cover more face area. Next I have this, which is supposed to be a powder blush brush, and this is actually a really good size. I really like that. Same idea here. It feels great in your hands, nice and sturdy. Even with this one, the brush, it's never shed before. I've never had problems with it shedding, never had problems with the dye coming out, and that goes with all the three that I talked about so far. And this one is actually a perfect size for putting on blush on my face, so I really recommend this. It's great. Next one I have is this flat top. I think it's called a blush cheek brush also. This is also synthetic hair, and it's supposed to be best used for cream products, and I purchased this originally to use for my foundation as sort of like a buffer. I do like it, and I did use it for that, but I find that the actual surface area of this brush is a little too small, where you see how big or small it is on my face. It just takes a really long time to use this, but otherwise it's a great brush. I just prefer to use my what is this, Sigma F80. So it has a similar idea where they're both a flat top, except you could just see how much bigger the Sigma one is versus the Sonia Kashuk one. But I found that this is a great brush to use for cream products, such as a cream blusher. It fits exactly right in my cheek. It's like small enough. So this is a great great brush to use for cream blushes, max cream color bases. So that's good. And then next, I have my other Sonia Kashuk. This is the angled blush brush. And the thing with this one, you might be able to see that the hair, the color, the bristles of it, it's kind of multicolored. It has black ones and then light brown ones. Now, like I said, with all my Sonia Kashuk brushes that I owned, I've never had a problem with it shedding or the dye coming out. This is the only brush I ever have a problem with it shedding. None of my other brushes ever shed before, but this one for some odd reason always sheds. And it's not a lot, but I would just do my blush, and then after I would find maybe 1 or 2 pieces of the bristles on my face left over. So I don't know why all the other ones from Sonia Kashuk doesn't shed while this one does. But as far as the application of it, this fits perfectly. It's really soft on my face. It doesn't irritate my sensitive skin, so that's wonderful. And all of the Sonia Kashuk brushes I've had great use over, I don't know how long I've had it, maybe 4 years now, probably 4 years. And I forgot to mention earlier, but on here you can slightly see right here some sort of like etching on it, and that's just Sonia Kashuk's signature. I bought Essence of Beauty when Michelle Phan here on YouTube was talking about it, and she had tutorials and talking about how cheap they are, but how wonderful quality they are. And of course I want to try them out because they're really inexpensive, and I went and got this kabuki brush, and it also came with these two. One is for the eyeshadow, which is this big one, this domed, and the other one is for your crease, and it actually says it on there, so that's good. These two, I'm not a really big eyeshadow person. I put maybe eyeliner and mascara on and a little bit of highlighter, but I don't really wear a lot of eyeshadow, so I can't really tell you too much about this product. But it is good because it's very dense, and it's good to pack on, looks like that. It's good to pack on the eyeshadow onto your lid. So other than that, I can't really tell you too much about this one. But this one I use all the time. It's for your crease, and it's good to apply your crease eyeshadow as well as blending it out. Because I have such a small crease and small area to work with for the eyeshadow, this I find is very great, because although it's really tiny and I was wondering if it was going to be too small to use, it's perfect for my tiny eyes. So I just use it in the crease and to blend out the eyeshadow as well. And none of these had a problem with shedding. The wood part actually does feel a little light, and which means that, to me it feels like it's not really, it feels cheap basically. But I haven't had a problem with it so far. I've had it for maybe a year, and it's been good so far. As far as the kabuki brush from Essence of Beauty, it's really big. If you can see it, it's really humongous. So like when I use this sometimes, it's just too much. But the reason why I do not recommend this one is because it sheds so much. When I first got it, I was washing it. I washed it maybe oh my gosh, it just shed right now too. It's really ridiculous how much it sheds, and it's shedding right now too. When I first washed it, it was shedding all the time. So and the surface of it is not even. It's sort of like, it doesn't have like random, bristles coming out, but I mean, it's just not a smooth surface. It's sort of jagged. So anyways, I don't recommend this one at all. But a kabuki brush that I do recommend is this one, and this is from e.l.f. Looks like that. And this actually really reminds me of the Makeup Forever kabuki that they have that you're supposed to use for the HD translucent powder. This reminds me of that. So if you don't even see the elf on it, like, I would think that this is that Makeup Forever one. And it's really soft. It's extremely soft. I first heard of this through Belle de Jour NYC. She's back, finally. I was waiting for her to come back. But anyways, I first heard of this brush from her, and she was talking about how soft, ridiculously soft this was. And I bought this right away after, and I love it. It's extremely soft. It is synthetic bristles, but it never shed on me, and it's it never, the color, the dye never came out on me either. So that's a great brush, and it was really cheap, especially when they have their deals going on. Definitely go pick this out. It's an excellent kabuki brush. Now, next I'm going to go through my Sigma brushes relatively quickly because I've talked about this in my previous favorites, like months of the favorite products. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can't talk today for some reason. Anyway, so I have 3 of them, and this was their Sigmax face brushes or something. This is the angled, this is the flat top, and this is the rounded one. And the rounded one is F82. The flat top is F80. And then the angled one is F84. And these are my first Sigma brushes that I ever purchased, and I love these because they feel so, they have a good weight to it. They're extremely sturdy. It hasn't shed on me once. No dye came out. The ferrule is like really strongly on here, and it just feels good in my hand when I'm, putting on my foundation. So anyways, really quickly, this angle one would be a good brush for cream or liquid cheek products such as blush, but I've been using it to apply my contour since you can see that's a little brown. I use this, just rub it in my contour color, tap it off, and then if it's exactly in the hollows of my cheeks, so that's what I've been using this for. It's great. It's really soft too. I've been using the flat top F80 for my foundation to buff in my liquid foundation. It's wonderful because it has a big surface area and it's soft, and this is something I would definitely recommend to anyone. You could use it for almost any foundation, any cream or liquid foundation, and I use this for everything. For this one, this is the F82, and this is a round top kabuki. I got this in the, the 3 came as in the kit together. I don't really use this. If I had to choose, and I would probably just get this angled one and the flat top for myself, but I don't really find myself using this. I'm trying to start using this for my powder, like during the summer, because I only wear powder in the summer, but I haven't gotten around to really trying this out, so I can't say I really like this one too much. But the 3, if you order them together, it just comes a lot cheaper. Last but not least, I have my only Sephora brush. I said that my collection was small, right? So anyways, this is a Sephora brush. I think it's number 10. It's the, I don't know, because I've had this for so long that the edging is gone, but it's basically for eyebrows. And this is the first and only eyebrow brush that I bought, which was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I've been using this. I still use it even today, every single day. Never shed on me. The bristles are still really angled for the eyebrows, so I really love it. So anyways, that was my small collection of makeup brushes. Like I said, I love makeup and I love skincare, but I just I haven't found it necessary to buy expensive makeup brushes such as MAC, as much as I would love to. And if I could get that, if I had the money to afford it and just splurge on makeup brushes, then of course I would get MAC over maybe even the Sigma brushes. But just because I don't feel like I want to spend $40 on a foundation brush from MAC, that is the reason why I choose to get Sigma over it, or the Sonia Kashuk over it. So I'm not saying that I dislike MAC brushes or that you should get rid of your MAC brushes and convert to another brand. I'm just saying that these are the products that I have been able to afford, and I enjoyed them, or not enjoyed them for some of them. But yeah, so that's what I want to say.